Excelente. There we go. We are live on YouTube. Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to get Instagram going. Substack, we already know we got going. Instagram, any day now. There we go. All right, Substack. One sec here. There we go. There's my Substack. There we are. There you are, 5 Substackers. Excellent. I'd just like to see your chat. Ashley too. BJ Ms. T. All right. We are good on that front. Oh, TikTok. All right. I did not set up TikTok. I'm being bad on TikTok. I will admit that. I was, hang on a sec. TikTok. One sec. It won't take too long. Oh, he's the guy. That's interesting. Yep. All right. 1 second here. Live. Hello, Emroy. Boom. All right. Almost there, guys. And then we're ready to go. Sorry, I do like to set TikTok up in advance. You know, TikTok's the same problem, though, because then the screen closes, and then it disappears, and it's like, anyway. It's okay. We're used to starting the show slowly, whatever. I think we're good here. All right, yeah. All right. I think this is, yeah, all righty. Okay. All right, starting TikTok. Go. Excellent. Excellent. All right, and I'm going to turn my screen around, which you guys like on TikTok. There we go. Bam. There we go. All right. Phew. Everything's happy now. Hello, TikTokers. All right, hello, YouTubers, everybody else. I'm adjusting camera one more time just because it's good enough. Anyway, hey, guys. Hello, everybody. Hello. Exactly, Solak. It gives you guys a chance to it gives you guys a chance to run to the bathroom. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Oh, boy. It's funny. I didn't feel like we had a lot of news today. I was actually, the reason we always start a couple minutes late, but I decided to go a little later tonight because I was trying to find news. I was feeling like we didn't have a lot of news, and then I printed out the show, and I was like, there's 4 pages. Oh, thank you, MTV. I'm like, there's 4 pages, so we actually have a decent amount of news tonight. So I did not think we did, but we do. So here we go. Anyway, welcome all. Today's my Ukraine day. I've got my Ukraine shirt on, and I know it's the red one, but the red one's kind of fun. I like to wear red, as you know. Anyway, Saturday, we have our coffee talk Saturday morning. Remember, every Saturday, as a thank you to the paid monthly subscribers, I do a special show for you guys. So join me on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Anybody who's a super fan on TikTok, YouTube member, I guess I've always forget what YouTube calls it. Discord, same thing, Discord, Substack, anybody who's a monthly subscriber. Join us. I'll have the special show Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. We hang. It's a nice show. It's basically, I don't really prepare the news for those shows. It's much more of a hangout kind of thing. So join us for those. But it's 11 a.m. Saturday. And with no further ado, let's get rolling, guys. So thanks for joining today. Please do keep the gifts coming on TikTok and YouTube and all of that. I do this for a living, so I very much I support your work. I very much appreciate you supporting my work. I support your work as well. So thank you guys for that. The dog is walking around. Hello, being a little weird. You're not okay. You're being good at least. I'm making sure the dog isn't being weird. The dog's being weird, but not weird. The blue one is not mounted on the board. The blue one is. I shouldn't say that. I think I do still have a blue one mounted on the board. I think I do, actually. Of course I do. Yeah, I still have the blue one. But I may have 2. This was the shirt that was in Chicago, I think. You're right. The other blue one, he's over there. The other blue one is still on the board. I don't know where. I mean, it's like over there somewhere. I've got to find it. Hello, you. What's the matter? You? Here. Come lay down. Come lay down. All right? There you go. Anyway, let's get rolling. I don't think Trump is planning on ending the war anytime soon. There was not a lot of updates of the war itself. Still a stalemate. Iran and the U.S. have both closed down the Strait of Hormuz. Trump, yet again today, tried to take credit for closing down the Strait of Hormuz. I'll show you that what he said in a second. But he's all over the place. So he repeated, first of all, today Trump claimed, he got asked questions about how long the war is going to be and got very upset about it. He first claimed the war has only been going on for 6 weeks. And everybody was like, no, the war's been going on for 8 weeks, actually. Thank you, Luis, for the gold falling off. Everyone's like, no, the war's been going on for 8 weeks. You'd think Donald Trump, who's throwing the war, might know how long the war's been going on. A little creepy. Then he keeps getting asked about it, and he starts going off about Vietnam again. And a couple different times now. One reporter says, what do you say to the American people who question how much longer this will take? Obviously, you know they're having higher gas prices. Trump, you're such a disgrace. Did you hear what I just said? How many years was Vietnam? Yes, Vietnam. Yeah. And I said this, he's brought up Vietnam and World War II and stuff before. He did it that night that he spoke to the nation but didn't say anything. Remember a couple weeks ago? I'm going to yawn again, sorry. Remember a couple weeks ago when he spoke to the nation but didn't say anything? He kept going on about Vietnam and World War II and how long it took. And I told you, like, hey, stop. I told you my impression of that was that he was suggesting the war was going to go on a lot longer, that this is nothing so far. Well, the quotes today, I think, are even damning in that regard. The CNN's Caitlin Collins, and I think I've got hers. Let me see here. I want to see. Let me see. I don't think it's this one, right? No, I think it's this one.
What do you say to the American people who question how much longer this will take? Obviously, you know that they are having higher.
You're such a disgrace. Did you hear what I just said? Vietnam. How many years was Vietnam?
I understand, sir. But
how many years was
your
Vietnam?
6-week deadline, so
well, I did my. I took the country out militarily in the first 4 weeks. I took it out militarily. Now all we're doing is sitting back and seeing what deal. And if they don't want to make a deal, then I'll finish it up militarily with the other 25% of the targets. We've hit.
Right, he's lying about that. We discussed this yesterday. He's totally lying. First of all, 25%, that's interesting because Trump told us he took everything out. Remember? He said they don't have a Navy, they don't have an Air Force, everything's been destroyed. So if everything's been destroyed, how is there 25% left? And in fact, he's lying about the 25% because what I showed you yesterday was they've got like 60%, 50-60% of a lot of their weapons left. The Air Force, the Navy, they said the Navy was gone, the Navy's not gone. Their missiles, they claim they destroyed all the missiles. They've still got half the missiles. It's not a good scene so far what's going on with the war. CNN's Caitlin Collins says, wait 1 second here. Hang on. Oh yeah, CNN's Caitlin Collins, I think Trump was responding to her. He says, don't rush me, Trump says when asked about Iran. So we were in Vietnam for 18 years. Iraq, many, many years. I've been doing this for 6 weeks. That's the one where he claimed 6 weeks. It's been 8 weeks. But also, don't rush me. We were in Vietnam for 18 years. We were in Vietnam for 10 years, actually. Vietnam went on for 18 years. Iraq, many, many years. I mean, don't rush. And again, in the context here, don't rush me. We were in Vietnam for 10 years. Of course, he thinks it's 18 years, even worse. I'm telling you guys, he's trying to prepare people for this going on a long time. That's what worries me with what's going on with him. What else we've got here? Trump on Iran. Listen to this quote from Trump on Iran today, too. If we left right now, we would have a tremendous success. We have total control of the strait. They came to us and they said, we will agree to open the strait. I said, I don't want them to make $500 million a day. I'm the one who kept it closed. He's claiming that Iran wanted the Strait of Hormuz open, but Donald Trump has personally closed it. You know, again, he's lying, but what's even worse, He's lying, but what's even worse about this is, that kind of blows up in his face, right? Oil prices are going up again today. Gasoline prices went up again. When Trump lied about this several days ago, right? When he lied and said that, Strait of Hormuz is open, everything's great. And remember, oil prices came down, gasoline prices came down. They're up again. Oil prices are up. Gasoline prices are up. Oil, West Texas crude went up almost 3% today to $96. Brent crude is up 4% to $106. Gasoline had dropped to $3.97 on average for a regular in the U.S. 4 days ago. Now it's back to a bit over $4.04. This is not good what's going on. But, you know. The Khamenei, there was a New York Times article today that I thought was interesting, worth talking about, because one of the things we've been dealing with is it's not clear, like, who's representing the Iranians. There's infighting going on with the Iranians between the civilian political leaders, I'm not going to guess at their name. I mean, I have the names more. I'm not going to try, though. At the foreign minister, the head of the parliament, right, like the civilian leaders versus the Revolutionary Guard, who are the military, but a very special branch of the military that deals with ideological purity, right? We know Islamic fundamentalism, purity, this kind of stuff, right? You know, the ideologues. And the ideologues don't want any deal reached with America. The other people may want some deal reached. And no one's really in charge right now. They're fighting amongst themselves, we hear. Now, New York Times reports that Mr. Khamenei's the new Ayatollah that took over when we killed his dad, was gravely wounded. He is mentally sharp and engaged, according to 4 senior Iranian officials familiar with his health. One leg was operated on 3 times. He is awaiting a prosthetic. He had surgery on one hand and is slowly regaining function. His face and lips have been burned severely, making it difficult for him to speak, the official said, adding that he will need plastic surgery. So if that is true, it certainly does sound like he had some pretty significant damage there, obviously to his face and limbs. What else we got here? Chevron CEO. So prices are going up. Chevron CEO, Chevron big oil company. Chevron CEO, thank you for the gift there. Mike Worth says aviation is going to go probably. I'm reading it correctly. The quote is just weird. Chevron CEO says aviation is going to probably get worse over the next few weeks because of a jet fuel supply crunch that also, pushed up ticket prices driven by America's war in Iran, he tells Margaret Brennan. So basically, oil prices are going higher. Gasoline prices are going higher, diesel fuel prices are going higher, airline prices are going higher, and there's a crunch right now of jet fuel. That basically there isn't enough jet fuel, which is why the Germans, I think it was Lufthansa, said they were canceling like 20,000 flights, lots of different stuff. Depends which one. Somebody, search just said he's not dead, ? Different he. His father was the Ayatollah, he's dead. Then his son, please stop. I know, stop, all right? I gave her food before. Remember, I gave her the food the other shows, and now she's begging for food already. She knows when I'm sitting here. She goes, "Oh, you're sitting here. I get food." No. This is the son. So the son is alive. I don't think we thought the son was dead. We knew this. Well, there were some rumors, I think, about the son being dead, but then we heard he was not dead, but he was injured. What else we got now? Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal reports that the U.S. has burned through so many munitions in Iran that some administration officials increasingly assess that America couldn't fully execute contingency plans to defend Taiwan from a Chinese invasion if it occurred in the near term. Wholly replacing those stockpiles could take up to 6 years. Stop. Officials said, kicking off discussions in the administration about adjusting operational plans in preparation for any potential presidential order for the military to defend Taiwan. If a conflict were to materialize, the officials said, the U.S. would suffer from a munitions gap in the short term while it restocked, potentially exposing troops to increased risk. What that means is we're not really ready to take on China anymore. We were, now not so much, and it's going to take years to get back to where we were, that we're totally ready to deal with China. And it's going to put our troops at risk. That's one of the problems of these wars. You know, war is a problem anyway. I mean, right? You kind of have to decide if it's worth it and all of that. You got to decide if you can win. Part of deciding if you can win is what's the goal. Thank you, Blue. Keep the gifts coming, guys. Appreciate that. Part of it is deciding, can you win? Part of deciding can you win is what's the goal? We know Donald Trump doesn't even know what the goal is in Iran. He keeps changing it. But part of it too, part of it's the money, right? It costs us a hell of a lot of money to do these wars. We know Iraq and Afghanistan before cost us like trillions. This war's already cost us probably 100 billion easily. And you know, thank you. It's just that's what I was saying. The cost is also other wars we might have to fight, right? What? Oh, see, this is what drives me nuts. Absolutely drives me crazy. The mic was lower and it wasn't good enough for there. I decided to put the mic higher, but now it's too loud for TikTok. Sorry, thanks for that, Amanda. I was wondering about that. Thank you for the birthday cake. See, I tried to put the mic higher because for YouTube and stuff, the mic isn't usually loud enough. The mic is actually better when it's this close, but if I put it this close, actually, let me try this though. Let me put it here. I'm putting it back to where it should belong. This is where I used to have the mic with everything. Thank you, Just Max. Is this volume okay for TikTok? Sorry, guys, we have to check this occasionally because the sound is typically better when the mic is closer to my mouth. That's good. Okay, good. Good. All right. And hopefully it hasn't changed anything for YouTube because YouTube, it plays games, unfortunately, the amount of volume, which is annoying. But no, I must admit, I like to have the mic further away. It sounds better when it's closer. Mics just in general, we've talked about this before. Mics, like when you have them really close, you can get too loud, but it makes the voice a nicer, more sultry. And don't you want more sultry when we're talking about the end of the world? Thank you, Cricket. But yes, YouTube, it's always a problem. For some reason, it doesn't, it's StreamYard or whatever, doesn't put it as loud to YouTube. What else do we got here? Fox News reports on a new AP poll showing Trump's approval at only 33%, disapproval at 67%. Bloomberg reports Trump administration is nearing a rescue package for Spirit Airlines that could give the U.S. government, listen to this, could give the U.S. government the option to own as much as 90% of the carrier once it emerges from bankruptcy. The U.S. government is looking at owning 90% of Spirit Airways. Guys, like, and Trump is not, he did this with, he's taken a portion of Intel's sales to China, not Intel, of NVIDIA's sales to China. He's taken, I think, a 10% stake for the U.S. in Intel itself. Okay, well, now NJ is saying on Substack, it's not loud enough at all. Okay, you know what? See, this is very, I can put a little higher, but I'm putting a little higher now. The problem is for you guys, it doesn't get loud enough. And for you guys, it's a little too loud. All right, let's see what this does now. All right. I turned it up a bit. Sorry, for Substack and Discord, actually for everybody, is it a bit, no, you guys we know is okay on TikTok. For the red of you, you can hear fine. Okay. You know, it also seems to depend on the person, which is unfortunate. But okay, it's fine. That's fine then. Let's just keep going. All right. All right, let's just keep going. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's get rolling. Sorry. Bloomberg. Yes, so Spirit Airlines. Trump keeps taking U.S. government ownership of lots of different companies, right? And it's still doing static again. God damn it. This was doing this before. It was doing the staticky thing. Okay, I want to know from any of the regulars, is the sound on TikTok being bad again? Because I don't know why the sound would suddenly get bad on TikTok. You know? Okay, regulars. Okay, for regulars it's fine. Then we're not going to worry about it. Okay, then I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Okay, then it's totally fine. Yeah, anybody who complains about static, if they do it more than once, mute them. Because now I've got a feeling we've got bad guys that are being funny. Yeah, no, then we're fine. Okay, never mind. Yeah, loud, there isn't much I can deal with. Because we got to get it loud for everybody else. Just turn it down if it's loud. I mean, right? Right? Crunchy? Oh, God. I don't know why it's doing this. It was better before. It was better before, and now it's being evil. I don't know why. It could, again, I did have the volume turned up a little, which could have been part of the problem. But I know, don't holler at Sasha. If I holler at Sasha, then it's, although she's oh, okay, she's laying down again for now. That's good. She's laying down again for now. Daily Mail. This is wild. Daily Mail reports that 29-year-old Julia Varvaro, Homeland Security Assistant Secretary for Counterterrorism. Assistant Secretary is really high up in the agency, okay? Really high up in the agency. Julia Varvaro, DHS Assistant Secretary for Counterterrorism, and counterterrorism no less, so like really important job, has been placed on administrative leave and removed from her position while allegations of her repeated use of sugar daddies are being investigated. I believe I read she was advertising for sugar daddies online is what I read. It was like, there are actual sugar daddies. There are sugar daddies websites. I was actually working on a case once where somebody was subscribing to the sugar daddies website, and we had to I found it actually. I guess not big surprise that there's websites of these things, right? But literally websites where people advertise to be a sugar daddy and to get one. And literally, I mean, sugar daddy means somebody paying you, and people advertising this to get it, but also people advertising to pay people. And again, it's paying it for not even, thank you, Just Max, for the whale. That's the Trump wig. It's paying them to be their friend or whatever, Oh, that's okay, Jason. Yep, there we go. Okay, we get the wig for a minute. Thank you for that. It's pretty bad. It is a national security threat. Absolutely. Right. Anyway, what else we got? Justice Department is targeting hundreds of naturalized U.S. citizens for denaturalization, meaning taking away their citizenship. Between 1990 and 2017, the government filed 335 denaturalization cases, an average of 11 per year. Thank you, Cricket. The Trump administration has ordered Department of Homeland Security staffers to come up with 200 cases a month. So over the last 30 years, we've had 11 cases a year. Trump wants 200 a month. And the way they do it is they basically try to find anything the person lied about in their application. So if they lied about anything in their application, hello, you wandering again, huh? If they lied in their application, there we go. They try to basically take, now the good thing is they've got to take them to court, and the court has to go along with it. So it's not necessarily clear that they can win with this, but it's still pretty sick. Anyway, I'm only halfway done here. There's a lot of news today. Thank you, Max. That's a killer gift. Thank you, Max. That's a very nice one. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. It's also very cool. Fox News. Fox News today congratulated Eric Trump on being the chief strategy advisor to a company that got a $24 million Pentagon grant here.
And the company's chief strategy advisor, Eric Trump, President Trump's son. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much for being here.
Sorry, look at the headline on it. Foundation Future Industries lands $24 million Pentagon contract.
President Trump's son. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much for being here.
She's congratulating them, and Fox News is lauding them for getting Eric Trump got a private company he works for a $24 million Pentagon contract. Yay! Yeah. I mean, I'm going to read you. This is from Derek Thompson, good reporter. He wrote a couple paragraphs about this. He says, I know it's a bit down market these days to point out Trump's crookedness and hypocrisy, but MAGA simply cannot stop speed running the plot of Animal Farm, becoming everything they claim to despise. Remember how the pigs become the overlords at the end? Becoming everything they claim to despise about the previous regime, except more so. Like 4 years ago, a central attack on Joe Biden was that Hunter was trading on the family name. They even launched a congressional investigation. Now they either say nothing or enthusiastically cheer on the president's kids as they run a cryptocurrency exchange, a Bitcoin mining operation, a luxury real estate brand, and a social media company, all of which are getting money from foreign governments and sovereign wealth funds. Here, Eric Trump is appearing on TV as an advisor to a company that just won a $24 million Pentagon contract, and Fox Business is like, way to go, Eric. We're so proud of you. You really knocked this one out of the park. I mean, also important, the total amount of money involved with the what's his name, the Hunter Biden. The total amount of money they alleged, which means it's a lie, right? It was the total amount, so I'm sure it was less. But the total amount the Republicans could come up with, all the money that Hunter Biden got, whether it was illegally or using his name, using his father's name, whatever it was, 100% was $24 million. $24 million. That's it. The total amount of money they claimed Joe Biden used his influence to get, whatever, 24 million. Most of it a lie. This was 24 million right here that Eric Trump got. 24 million right here. The stuff, the plane Donald Trump is getting from the Arab government, 400 million. The amount of money Trump is using of the federal taxpayers to upgrade the plane before it gets given to him and he gets to take it when he leaves, 1 billion. That's 1.4 billion. The investment they got from another Arab government for one of their crypto operations, was it 2 billion, I believe? It goes on and on and on and on. Thank you, Sadie. Appreciate that. What's up, you? Oh, my God. What? Now I'm trying to pet the dog and make her happy. She hates being pet. Birthday song for Flower Lady? Oh, I missed it. Was there a birthday song? Was there a birthday song? Although if it's Flower Lady's birthday, we'll do one anyway. All right. It's Flower Lady's birthday. Quick sip of water. We do a birthday. One moment. I missed gifts. Sorry, guys. I was reading. When I read, it's hard to keep an eye on the gifts. So one moment. Oh, Max sent it. Thank you, Max. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Flower Lady. These names are always funny. Happy birthday to you. Now, did I miss other gifts? Sorry. Thank you, Flower. Thank you, Max. And happy birthday, Flower Lady. I'm trying to scroll back here. Sadie. Oh, Sadie did a Rosie. That's a really nice one, Sadie. Thank you for that. I know the Rosie's a very nice gift. Oops. Let me just look here. Oh, Paper Crane Linda. Thank you for the Paper Crane. Again, I can't do everything. So I kind of don't do the hearts because the hearts, they pop up a little too often. Ice cream cone from Linda. Linda did a cactus. DJ. Linda with a mat. Oh, Linda's doing several. Match star. Okay, I think I've caught up more or less. And then the hearts. I do appreciate all the hearts. Like I said, I sort of draw the line of the hearts because there's too many. Okay, I think we did pretty good. Flower Lady is legend. She is indeed. All right. Thank you, guys. Let's keep going. I hear you. Are you going to be trapped again? Really? Really? Don't go through there. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I think I told you guys before, my dog, she's getting old, but she's still there, but she's just become a cranky old lady. I intentionally move one of the chairs back from the table so she can now, Sasha, really? There you go. Okay, you pulled it off. I move a chair away from the table so she can walk under the table because she was trying to get under my chairs and it was getting hard. Oh, like old lady hard, right? Well, now I literally moved the chair away from the table so there's no chair on both sides of the dining room table. So what does she do? She walks the other way around the table. If she's still there, I'm going to grab you a picture. I don't know if I can. I think I can grab this. Hold on, because she thinks she's getting a TREAT. Oh, here we go. Hey, she was looking down, but I got it. Okay, she has decided that it is much better to walk under the tripod that my microphone is on, or my camera's on. So my camera for YouTube is, you guys can see here, is on a tripod. And she constantly goes under the tripod, or she stands in front of the tripod and whines because she wants me to move the tripod. But you can see she cuts through here. Now, here is entirely open by several feet because I moved the chairs out of the way, but she prefers to go through there. Literally. Okay, there we go. She made it through. That's what I was trying to tell you when I looked down and I'm like, what are you doing? She makes it through okay. You want to go out there again, maybe? Leave me alone a little? What do you think? You want to go out there or not? Hey, no? Okay, maybe not? What do you think? No? Then you don't need to. All right. You don't need to. You all right? Okay. All right. Yeah? I've been a little weird. I have been giving her the CBD again, and I'm kind of wondering whether that bothers her. It might. I may have to skip that too. Because I notice when I give it to her, she's a little different. I'm not convinced she's senile yet. But again, I gave her a little bit of CBD, and I think it messes with her a little bit. So thank you, Just Max. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Hannah. All right, a few more stories here. Russian Foreign Ministry. Trump has officially invited the Russians to the G20 summit. The Russians, of course, had been banned for years from a bunch of different summits because of their invasion of Ukraine. Trump wants them there. Elizabeth Warren had a wonderful back and forth with RFK Jr. today about protonics. So Trump is bragging today about Trump RX. Trump created this exchange where you can go and get, allegedly cheap prescription drugs, but they're not, right? They're not cheap at all. she talked about a couple of them. She said, well, one of them is a drug, brand name Protonix, that that Trump RX charges $200 for. And they claim that, oh, $200, that's really great. That's really, look how much money Trump is saving. It's only $200. She says, well, you can go to Costco and get the generic it's pantoprazole, which you use for heartburn, right? She goes, you can get the generic at Costco for $16. Why would you spend $200 on Trump RX? And why is Trump even spending time negotiating for drugs that have generics? I mean, literally, there is no way any insurance should pay for a brand name drug if there's a generic, and there's no way any of you should pay for a brand name drug if there's a generic. The same drug is $16 at Costco, and Trump is bragging he got the price down to $200. And she was like, what? RFK Jr., this is amazing. And I did not get this video, but I got the quote from the video. Listen to this. RFK Jr. is talking with Trump. And they're trying to explain that, because Trump keeps saying, I got the price of drugs down 600%, which is mathematically impossible. If you got the price of a drug down from $100 to zero, that would be a 100% drop in the price. $100 to $50 would be 50%. $100 to zero would be a 100% drop. You can't, hey, what's the matter, huh? You can't have more than a 100% drop. I mean, that's the way it works, right? Although I think that wine was about trying to get some food from me. I will get a little food in a minute to try to start teasing you, okay? Well, Trump keeps saying, you heard that one, yeah. Trump keeps saying, we've got the price down 600%. If the price was down 600%, it would be akin to a $100 drug, $100 prescription, decreased 600% would be the drug company pays you $500 to take the drug. That would be approximately a 600% decrease in the price of a drug from $100. So instead of you paying $100 for the drug company pays you $500. That would be a 600% decrease. Listen to this, what an RFK Jr. is trying to defend Trump today. Now, some of you who are not mathematically minded might not get this. Those of you who are going to laugh very hard when you hear this. RFK Jr. today. A Democratic senator claimed it's math. And I love, by the way, when the Trump people basically brag about how dumb they are. Their RFK Jr. is literally bragging here about a Democratic senator claimed today, right? And showing this is our top health official. He doesn't know basic math. Listen to this. A Democratic senator claimed it's mathematically impossible to have a drug drop by 600%. I said, well, if the drug was $100 and it raises to $600, that would be a 600% rise. Actually, well, okay, depending how you want to phrase it. If the drug was $100 and it raises to $600, that would be a 600% rise. If it drops from $600 to $100, that's a 600% savings. And Trump goes, right. He's saying that if it goes, first of all, I was thinking it's 500%, isn't it? That was why I hesitated. It is 500%. It goes up 6 times, but it's a 500% increase, first of all. Am I right? So I was thinking that, and somebody else just wrote it too. But I get a little confused on that sometimes, whether it's 5 or 6. That was why I hesitated. 500%. Okay, thank you. Well, of course it is, because, yeah, thank you. No, if you guys notice, I hesitated when I read it because I was going to say, that's not 600%. I thought, well, maybe. The reason is because if it's $100 to start with and it goes to 600, it gained 500. 100 gaining 500 is 5 times. It's 500%, right? In any case, that's not what matters. What matters is RFK Jr. said, well, if $100 to $600 is a 600% increase, then $600 to $100 is a 600% decrease. And it's like, no, $600 to $100 would be a 75% decrease, or right, 75 or so. I'm trying to do the math in my head quickly. That's just the way math works. It doesn't work that way that you say 600 this way is 600 that way. No, it's not. Well, no, the percent decrease. Is it 80? I was trying to figure out the whatever. I didn't want to do the math in my head. You get the point. Some people are saying 83%. But you get it. It's 80, 83%. It's in that ballpark. It's in that ballpark, right? It's an 80% because you can only have 100% decrease. You can't have any more than 100% decrease. But RFK Jr., again, RFK Jr. says, so it would be a 600% savings if it drops. And Trump goes, right. But, you know, in that case, you kind of wonder if RFK is saying it because he's sucking up or whether RFK literally doesn't understand how math works and how prices work. Knowing him, it's entirely possible that the guy doesn't know how math works. Trump says he wants to switch for the World Cup that's coming up. The U.S. is hosting the World Cup along with Canada and Mexico. Thank you, Carol. And Trump is now saying that he wants to ban Iran from the World Cup. And in place, he wants to have Italy take their place. Italy didn't make it. Italy didn't make it in the didn't qualify for the World Cup. And Trump is now saying, because he's trying to suck up to Giorgia Meloni, the Italian prime minister who stood up to him on Iran, and he got all upset. So now he's trying to suck up to her, and it's not his decision. And he's trying to say, well, he thinks Italy should just be allowed to, mind you, if you're any other country in the world, could you imagine? Italy didn't qualify. And Trump wants to say, well, let's have Italy qualify anyway, because he's the king, he's the Donald, he's Jesus, you know. You may not have heard, he's Jesus Christ. Yeah. But what's also interesting to me is Giorgia Meloni in Italy stood up to Donald Trump over Iran. Trump is now desperate to get her back so that he is now trying to bribe them by getting them back into the World Cup. That's very interesting. That is a lesson for the rest of Europe, right? She stood up to him, she pissed him off, and now he's on his hands and knees begging for her to like him again. That, to me, that's very interesting. Josh Gerstein reports, Carter Page. I don't know if you remember Carter Page. Carter Page, a ubiquitous figure in the Russiagate investigation, has reached a $1.25 million settlement with the Trump administration over his long-running lawsuit over illegal FISA surveillance. All the Trump people who sued are going to get money. They're all going to get money. And Trump, like we said, is going to do this to himself. He's already got two different suits in, one for $200 million and the other for $10 billion. And Trump gets to decide whether there is a settlement and how much of a settlement with all of his own people, but also in his own lawsuit, Trump will decide if the federal government gets to pay off Donald Trump to make the lawsuit go away. And Carter Page is one of them. I'm going to play you this. This is pretty good. A Ukrainian fighter, Ukrainian military guy, posing as a Russian participant of the special military operation, infiltrated a meeting of Russian students at Kuban State University. I looked this up, and Kuban State University is literally in like Novorossiysk, I can't pronounce it right, which is right across the border. Right, look here. I knew there was. Oh, I'm looking at. Thank you. That's funny. That was driving me. Somebody was right. Somebody goes, "There's a long hair hanging off," and I noticed it earlier, and I didn't see it this time. That there was some long. Thank you. I literally saw it the second you said that. You know, I worry about these things. So, a Ukrainian service member goes and pretends he's Russian, infiltrates a Russian military pitch to a local university. And it's a local university right across the border from Ukraine, southeastern Ukraine, right in Russia. And they're trying to convince these college kids to sign up for the military. And somehow a Ukrainian service member pitches, because Ukrainians a lot of them speak Russian, and a lot of them speak Russian like Russians, pitches himself as a Russian soldier, and that he is going to give them the pitch on why it's so victorious and courageous of them to join the military to fight the Ukrainians. This is what he actually says.
Слово, представьтесь, да, где вы находитесь, в каком подразделении, ну и в целом про свою жизнь расскажите нам, пожалуйста.
Seriously, they go, tell us a bit about your life.
Благодарен за возможность выступить в такой аудитории.
Grateful to talk to such a large audience, even if it's far away. I've asked to talk about my service in the special military operation and which forces I currently serve in. I serve in the unmanned systems in the Rubicon unit, completely new branch of the military in case someone doesn't know. I want to tell the real story of true Russian drone heroes. call sign Gudvin, commanded a UAV reconnaissance drone team. He was a highly qualified professional. In fact, and there was another one with the call sign Ernest, an experienced serviceman and true career officer. They served farther away from the front line. The only problem was their commander, who extorted money from his subordinates. What do I want to tell you? I am in fact a soldier. Not just not Russian, but Ukrainian. And I want to tell you, God forbid you go there, I will have to kill you. Every one of you who signs this contract. Your faces are all sketched out, just like the rectors, just like whoever presented all this to you just now, the soldier who has just spoken to you about it. The front line hasn't moved for 4 years now and is still standing still. A cemetery the size of 2 countries. And honestly, everyone who comes onto Ukrainian soil, we will kill every one of them. And then you hear them laughing. I mean, that was freaking incredible. He's talking to college students, and the Russians are trying to do a pitch to the college students about saying, join the great victorious war. And you've now got to, not to mention, if you're one of those Russian kids, you're going, these Ukrainians are clearly better than our people, right? I mean, the Ukrainians were able to trick the Russians and break into their broadcast and pretend they were Russian. I mean, imagine what they would do to you at the front line. And he goes, the front line hasn't moved in 4 years. It's a big cemetery. Oh my God, I love that. I thought that was that blew my mind. That was absolutely fabulous. Prince Harry visited Ukraine today. Trump did, I think I've got one more Trump video. Trump did a bizarre rant about the mall. We're at war. We're having severe economic problems, and Donald Trump is very worried about the tile in the water basin in front of the Lincoln Memorial. And he's now changing the tile at the White House. Right outside the White House, outside his office door, there's tile, and it's white, and he doesn't like it white. He thinks it should be black. So we're importing tile from Italy and Africa. Hey, stop. We're importing tile from Italy and Africa in order to make him happier, right? So he decides to go off on a rant about the tile at the Washington. I want you to listen to this. The tile at the Lincoln Memorial.
You all know it well. That's where Martin Luther King gave his great speech, and he had 1 million people, and I had the same exact crowd, maybe a little bit more, but they said I had 25,000 people in July 4th.
Okay. I'm going to stop right there because he repeats himself a few times here. Trump says, that's where Martin Luther King gave his famous speech, which he did. Martin Luther King gave his super famous March on Washington speech, I Have a Dream, the I Have a Dream speech, 1963. King gave it right there at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, right? Trump says, they say he had 1 million people. They say I had the same. I had more, really. He's talking, I think, about his inauguration. Remember his inauguration, the first time when nobody showed up? I mean, literally nobody showed up. I think that's what he's talking about. The weirdest thing, though, is he admits outright that there were only 25,000 people. Listen again to what he says. He goes, yeah, they say he had 1 million, I had 25,000. You're like, you just said you had the same number as him. Listen to this.
You all know it well. That's where Martin Luther King gave his great speech, and he had 1 million people, and I had the same exact crowd, maybe a little bit more, but they said I had 25,000 people in July 4th. I have pictures of Martin Luther King's crowd, my crowd, it's the exact same, everything, but it was 70 years difference. The exact same crowd, but I actually had more people, but that's okay.
It's a conspiracy theory.
They gave him 1 million people. They said 1 million people, and I had 25,000 people.
Oh, this is his conspiracy theory. This is his, no, you think he's talking July 4th? Oh, maybe he's talking July 4th. I thought this was his conspiracy theory. Oh, maybe he's talking July 4th. Did he have 1 million people? Here's the problem. He's also lying about this too. He didn't have 1 million people. Several 100,000 people show up for the fireworks anyway. Like on a typical, I don't know whether I can find the actual number here. Let me see if I can find the actual number. On a typical year, how many people show up for the fireworks on the 4th of July in Washington, D.C.?
Each year, around 700,000 people typically show up for the 4th of July fireworks on the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
Okay, that's my point. We get 700,000 people every year anyway. And he's claiming, 4th of July, I got 1 million people. I got more than Martin Luther King. Dude, no, you didn't. We always get 700,000. We always get 700,000 because it's a big deal. The fireworks are great in Washington. It's like New York. They're great fireworks displays. He just can't help himself. He just can't help himself with this. Yeah, I got 1 million. I got more than Martin Luther King, but they don't want to tell you that. Actually, the thing that's good about this, which I always like, is, thanks, Dave. Well, glad you're here. The thing that I like about this, at least, is he's so insecure that it means he doesn't like, it means the criticism hurts. That's the good thing to know about Donald Trump. The criticism hurts. It hurts him that he doesn't get a Nobel Prize and that he never will. It hurts him that he didn't get the same crowd as Martin Luther King. And actually, the bigger comparison, I doubt I still have the picture. I don't know if I still have the picture. The bigger comparison was his inauguration, the first time, oh, thank you, Dave. The first time Trump claimed that he had, I'm going to see if I can find this. The first time Trump claimed that, oops, where is this? I'm going to see if I can find this. He claimed that he had, I forgot how many people, the biggest inaugural ever. Nobody showed up at his inauguration. The bleachers were empty during the parade. And there's a famous photo, but I don't know if I've got it. I could Google it, but I don't know if I'm in the mood to get it right now. Let me see if I can find it, though. Hello, you. I know. I think I've already missed it. The inauguration already was. Yeah. I'm already missing the inauguration. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I had it, but it was this wonderful side-by-side shot showing how many people actually showed up and how nobody showed up for his inauguration. I'm not going to find it, though. No. Oh, I'm not going to find it. It's okay. It's okay. The final story, totally bizarre story, by the way, is from Axios. A U.S. Navy sailor assigned to a mine-sweeping ship that's headed to the Strait of Hormuz was medically evacuated to his home port after he was scratched by an Asian monkey while ashore in Thailand. Just sort of hope the guy's well. Just kind of a really weird story. All right, I'm going to get her a little bit of snacky snacks. One moment. And then we'll keep going here. All right, one moment, you. All right. We will get you here. Get you a couple. There you go. All right. Bringing a little bit of food to keep the dog at bay, but I can't give her too much. I didn't bring too much here. Anyway, that is it for the news that I've organized. He lies about everything. Obviously, but to have to he's got to compete. I'm adjusting my camera so I can sit back. He's got to compete with Martin Luther King, and it's just like, dude, you do not compare to Martin Luther King. You really don't. Oh, I missed a goat. Sorry, who did we get? Who did the goat? Who got the goat? Who got the goat? And which goat? Which screaming goat would you like? Hey, hi you. Hello. Who was the goat? Red Iron? Okay, was that the person who got the goat? And which goat would they like? Okay, which goat would you like, Red Iron? If Red Iron is there, let me know. Oh, they said what? They never said what goat. We can do whichever. Oh, there's Red Iron. Halloween. I think Halloween is kind of the most fun. It is. The pickle is kind of nice too. But thank you. Yep. One more. Yeah, who let the goats out? Woof woof. Yep. Thank you, Red. Appreciate that. Thank you. I've had that before when I do, when I've done, mods, just get rid of that person, clearly. I've had that before when I watch other creator shows and I'll buy a gift or something and literally they look away the second I buy the gift. And it's funny, but you kind of want the person to see the gift. So I appreciate what it's like. I literally got up to get my dog some food the very second you bought the gift. So thank you for that. But it's like, I think there's like a little delay or something so that literally you're like, oh, you've got to be kidding. So thank you. Amanda added a keyword. Oh yeah, do we have a keyword? I'm sure we've had those keywords before, haven't we? Oh my. Anyway, so I got contacted by the Greek embassy today. My oath of citizenship is in about 2.5 weeks. So in 2.5 weeks, I will be Greek, and we'll have to get my Wikipedia changed, among other things. So very exciting. Yep. So that'll be nice. Woo. And then I'm officially a dual. There's still there's little things you got to do, but then I'm officially a dual national. Once that happens, it's official, and then you still have to register, but it's not. You're a citizen as of the oath. So, and the oath is in Greek, except I've seen it before, but they say it so you can repeat it. So, yep, very cool, very cool. You're not supposed to edit your own Wikipedia. I do have one. Somebody created it for me years ago. They really did. I was like, thank you. I mean, because I've done a ton of activism and all this kind of stuff. But hey, stop. But yeah, you're not supposed to edit your own Wikipedia, which seems a little stupid to some degree because people can still, right? Everybody else can still edit and make sure you're not lying and whatever. But and I'm sure, frankly, the famous people, I think all the famous people have people who edit their Wikipedia for them. Obviously, Greek passport, I will apply for afterwards. Basically, you do the oath of citizenship. You are a citizen. You then have to get registered in a town or village you pick, and the registration gets sent. Maybe it takes 2 months or so for it to come back, and after 2 months, you get the piece of paper that shows you're a citizen anyway, but in Greece, you have to be registered with a town. That's just the way it works. So you get the piece of paper back that says you are registered, and then you can apply for a passport. Then I go to the embassy, I apply for a passport, I pay my money, whatever it costs. It takes 6 to 8 weeks in principle, and then I get a pretty European Union passport. I am trying to decide what town to choose, because I may do Athens because it's easiest, but I worry a little bit because I'm still worried about, something going wrong just because. And I know the woman in the small town, like my mom's town, I know the woman there. The problem is, which would be amazing, but once she leaves, then I know nobody there. And I'm just a little worried as to what happens, once she leaves. You know what I mean? You do not have to pay Greek taxes. No, European taxes, here you go. Boop. Oh, sorry, Sash. I dropped her food and it just went down. There you go. I just dropped some food and it went totally, there it is. There you go. There you go. Boop. Right there. Right here. Hey, goofball. Oh my God. She'll see it in a minute. There we go. Took her a minute. You do not have to pay taxes until in any European country really, you pretty much don't pay taxes until you've lived there for 6 months. If you don't live there for 6 months a year, in general, you don't have to pay taxes. In general. It can be a little bit fungible, but that's more or less the rule. So some people stay less than 6 months if they go. I know people who spend 5 months a year in Greece, 5 months a year in Italy, and they therefore are not a tax resident in any, and they come back two months a year in America. And that way they're not, get a card to pay tax when you buy items. I'm not sure what that means. with your wealthy uncle on his yacht. I don't know anybody with a yacht, unfortunately. But consecutive months not for taxes. For taxes, it's 6 months a year. That's how it works. So if you spend 6 months a year, then you've got to deal with taxes. Now, I will say, in retirement, in France, for example, you really won't pay any taxes because they're American taxes you pay. In Greece, you might have to pay. It's more complicated in Greece. But you could potentially, stay 5 months a year, go spend 5 months in Italy or whatever, right? Spend 5 months in France and 5 months in Greece and 2 months in Washington or whatever. Not that I want to keep the place here because it might be kind of stupid keeping an empty apartment here, but you never know, I'd consider it. I may have to get rid of my plants if I do that, which would kind of suck. So we'll see. I mean, see, that's the next concern is I've got too many plants. Like, I love my garden, but like, it's nice to not, I mean, I'd feel bad, like, I know, I just don't want to, the thing is, I like my plants. That's the thing. Like, I'd hate to get rid of them. You know what I mean? I've got such great plants, but Sasha is too old. So we are staying in America until Sasha's gone. She's too old to travel at this point. If she were younger, I'd take her to France. Why not? But yeah, I mean, I just don't want to give up the plants because they meet. I've been growing them for years, and a number of them were like my mom's and my grandmother's and that kind of stuff. Like, I hate the idea of giving them away, But then again, I could sublet my place. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, the thing is, plants are plants, so it's not like I'm going to give up living in Europe because of my plants. In the end, right? The dog, yes. You know what I mean? I will hang around. The problem is my siblings don't live here. So, and I don't have friends that could really, I mean, I could have Damien help take care of them, but I feel bad doing that for too long. You know what I mean? We'll see. I got to decide what I'm doing, so. Animals, I'm not bringing her anyway, but it would depend. It would depend. We'll see. I'm going to see what I do. So, we'll see. Exactly. I think plants are, it cut off a little bit of what you wrote there. Exactly. Plants, schmants. When it comes down to it, your plants are not the priority versus being able to live in Europe. Right? I mean, I will be missing my plants when I have my aperitif in the evening looking at the Acropolis, or even better, looking at the Aegean Sea washing in on the island. I will miss my plants, but Sasha's name I did not come up with. I had her for 2 weeks and could not come up with a name. And finally, one of our cousins came up with the name. She goes, "How about Sasha?" And I went, "Oh, that's not a bad name." So what do you think? There you go. But 2 weeks, I was like one of those parents that doesn't put the kid's name on a birth certificate. For 2 weeks, I couldn't come up with a name. And I kept trying different names. It's hard. Like, the other thing was for male dogs, I had a ton of names for male dogs. Like, I was going to call her Bart. If she was a boy, I was going to call her Bart. Because I thought Bart was such a great dog. Bart! And I thought you could call him Bart! Bart! It's like Homer Simpson every time you'd call her, And I love that. Bart! But she's a girl, so Bart wouldn't quite work. So I did not call her Bart. I do not have children. Nope. I could have called a girl Bart. Well, that would have been very edgy of me. Yes, I guess Lisa. Actually, that is kind of funny. Lisa is pretty funny. I didn't think of that. You're right. Well, we have neighbors whose dog is Homer. But they're also Greek, so it's a great combination of Homer Greek and Homer. I suspect I never asked them Marge. Marge would Lisa's funny too though. Lisa. Marge. Oh my God. But Bart, I just think Bart is too funny. Bartella, yeah. Bartley. Don't Erevosis. Yes, you. I know. I've only got a couple more bites left here, so we're gonna wait. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Anyway. But yes, so very excited. I don't really get any other benefits of citizenship right away, but still. But still very excited, so. Can't quite believe I'm finally pulling it off. It's been 15 years of trying to do this. Impossible. Just impossible to pull off. But anyway, I mean, I'm not even sure when I'll go. And when I go, will I keep working? I mean, well, part of the problem, it depends on the taxes too. I mean, actually, depending where you live, for example, like I was looking at France, and France, I think even as a retiree, I've got to register, like if I decide to live in France long-term, for example, I would have to register how I'm living. Am I living as a retiree? Am I living as a small businessman, right? Or micro enterprise guy or something. And you have to register as one or the other. Like if you're going to make a little bit of money, then you've got to be a micro enterprise guy. If you're retired, then you're a retired guy. Now that is I would say that's a little bit of the European bureaucracy creeping in. Because in America, it doesn't work that way. I mean, again, if I go live in France, for example, I'm living there as a European. So it shouldn't matter. You don't have to, like here, you don't have to declare, well, are you retired or if you're American, you're American. You don't have to declare if you're retired or making money. It doesn't matter. But there you do. So I'd have to like decide, am I going to try to keep working? It depends. I mean, it depends when I go. If I go, for example, I may right away, what I probably would do, again, as long as Sasha's around, I'm not going anywhere. But once I go over, I think I'm going to go stop. I'm going to go for several months at a time, I think, for starters. I would go and, here, silly. I would, I might Airbnb for 3 months or something, just to kind of see what it's like. Go to Greece, go to France, go to Italy. Basically do stuff up. Like I've always wanted to live in Italy. Now I can. And as long as I'm not there for 6 months, hell, I can go to Italy for 5 months. And just, I might. I mean, I think before I move anywhere, I may just go, and literally just pick up and see if I can rent a place in Italy for 5 months or something, or whatever, and just do it, So, Nino, it's complicated. I've looked into the tax situation. You can have lower to Italy, not so much. France, excellent with the U.S. Literally, France wouldn't tax me at all. I would pay all American taxes if I retired in France, at least from what I looked into. Greece, pretty bad unless you do the 15-year program where for 15 years you're taxed at like 7%, which isn't bad at all. And it's deductible from U.S. taxes, so you end up, in a way, not paying anything anyway. But it's only for 15 years. So but it depends where. Italy was bad. I looked at Italy just for fun, and I was like, oh, God. Italy would be horrifically expensive. Again, I think. It's not easy to calculate all these things from over here without talking to, some experts. But you live in Italy as a resident, 4 months Greece. Well, that's the thing is 4 months Greece, 3 months. That's the thing, right? I have friends that I told you, friends that are, she's Greek American, he's Italian or Italian American, but they both have EU passports. So she's Greek and American. He's Italian and American, and they spend 2 months a year in the U.S., 5 months a year in Greece, 5 months a year in Italy. And that's how they spend. I think they've got homes in each place, and that's how they spend their lives. So that they always pay U.S. taxes. They get to mix up where they stay, which is kind of fun. It's tempting. I mean, it's very tempting. Now, it's not cheap because if I have to keep my apartment here, right? That's not cheap per se, but it almost makes me wonder whether I would sell my place in DC if I did that, because when it comes down to it, do you really want to, I don't know if I want to keep the place here. I just think, if I'm going to come and spend 2 months, maybe I go, see how Anthony feels about that. My nephew was here earlier. Don't know if he still is. Moving in for 2 months might be a bit much. But, figuring out if I could do something, go come back and visit with my family. A bunch of them will be in Arizona. Get an Airbnb in Phoenix for 2 months, that's a possibility, and then plan my next visit, Then it also means, okay, doggy, what are we doing? There we go. She's going under the tripod again. Like, we opened up the table for a reason. You can go anywhere you want. Yes. I've only got one piece of food left. And we've still got like possibly 9 minutes on the show going here. So I don't want you to there. You get half a piece. I don't want you to get too hooked on this. You're not getting any more food after this. Anyway, depends on how they count time. Yeah, in Greece, it's supposed to be under half a year. Over half a year makes you a tax resident, basically. Now, it's more complicated. It's also supposedly if you own property and this kind of stuff, you start to get more intertwined with Greece. But I have friends that have property, and for them, they don't go for half a year and they're fine. So in principle, it would be that way, So who knows? But I've been dying to live in Italy. It would make me very happy to go spend some time in Italy. Greece would be obviously great. Maybe go move to Crete for several months by the water. Again, you could do worse. And then Paris. or anywhere in France, really, but Paris for sure. Because I have lots of friends in Paris, so we'll see. I don't know. I wish I'd gotten this 20 years ago, but what do you do? Well, I couldn't have afforded to retire 20 years ago. So I guess that is true. But, you know, Avignon, yeah, I've never been to Avignon. It's supposed to be nice. I know. Hey, relax, okay? Relax. Your pit bull answers to sausage more than her real name. Well, I'm sure they all would answer to sausage. Okay, relax. Yeah, Sasha's being a little weird tonight. I'm almost wondering whether the CBD is bothering her. I don't know. I'm going to skip the CBD the next couple of days and see. You know? Hey, you. Anyway, thank you, Poppy, for the gifts. What else, guys? Oh, boy. Amalfi. Well, yeah, that'd be very nice. I mean, I've been to the Amalfi Coast. Not stayed there. I don't really know any. I know some people. I shouldn't say that. I do know some people in Rome from forever ago. I don't know if I know people now in Rome. I'd have to think about that. I did. But that's the, you know. Boop. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, that's true. That is true. See, people who move to other countries. I mean, I'm always like, I do follow people on TikTok who do that, who like have bought places in France, like old, or in Italy, like old, actually Italy especially, like old places that they've refurbished. And I can only imagine the drama of that, though. That's gotta be, I mean, you know, I do love the movie. What's the movie with what's her name? Where she moves to Florence. You know what I mean? Near Florence. It's Under the Tuscan Sun. Lovely movie, by the way. It's a wonderful movie. Under the Tuscan Sun. I think it's an adorable movie. But you know, it's not. I mean, but I think from what I've heard, what she writes isn't on. That's kind of what happens. It's you buy places. There's lots of problems finding the right workers. I mean, you know, it's a little scary. You know, I mean, the tax situation. I have a friend who, you know, bought a place in France years ago, and it was an old office front and was converted into a home, and the realtor checked it out and said, yeah, we've got the permits from the city. You can do all the construction. I mean, it's, you know, like a 1-bedroom apartment. We can do all the construction, whatever. And he gets there, he buys the place, and they put like a stop work order on his work. And hang on a second, oops. They put a stop work order on his work and tell him, this is an office. You can't build a home here. And he's like, excuse me? And the realtor screwed up. The realtor's like, oh, sorry. He's like, no, sorry, right? Like, you sold me an apartment that was actually a storefront? Like, you know, so, I mean, his was like the perfect tale of, and they built a bedroom in the basement, and he showed me the bedroom, and it was kind of cool. Like, no windows, but you know, but the upper area had cool windows. No windows, but the shower and like a drain going from the shower to, because it's in the basement, kind of to wherever. And he showed me the drain, and there's the shower. Like, here's the shower, and here's the drain pipe coming from the base of the shower to drain the water. And the shower's here, and the drain pipe is going like this. How does water drain from the base of the shower if the drain pipe is going up? It drains down. And he said they did all sorts of crap like that. He was very disappointed, obviously. I thought it was cool. I kept telling him, it's a cool apartment. It's a very cool apartment. Don't, you know, yes, you're having glitches, but this is very cool. But it bummed him out, which I don't blame him. So I do worry about that kind of a thing, you know, You thought this was live? What did you think was live captured? We are live. Now, I don't know whether you're further back in the show, because the YouTube does keep a copy, obviously, but we are definitely live. Well, let me put it this way. It's 7:12 Eastern time right now, so if you're back further in the show, I don't know. I never quite know when it puts the comments up. Like, if someone puts the comment now, but we're further back in the show, it posts it now. Is Captured Andy not getting our comments now? I don't know. Doop. Hold on, I'm going to try to put this on. There we go. on YouTube. Yep. Yep. I think he's further back in the show. I think he's got to be further back in the show. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. I thought this was live. It is live. Time machine, exactly. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you for the flowers. We were live then, but well, we were live then, and now we're live now. Exactly. It's a little complicated. Anyway, Justin says, story breaking this afternoon about a member of the military involved in the capture of Maduro of Venezuela, making $400,000 on a prediction market as a result. Ooh. Washington Post. Wow. Well, Trump will probably give the guy a promote. Ladies and gentlemen, our next Navy secretary. You know, I mean, you couldn't just see Trump doing that? Man. Anyway, we're almost done for the day, guys. So, I'm tired like I always am. Oh, man. Hey, you. Dog is not happy tonight. I do think the CBD might have messed with her a little too. I think it might. She's not as bad as she was the other day, but she's still a little off tonight. Then again, the weather's getting warmer too, so the apartment's getting, even though I keep the apartment cool, you know, you never know. It is almost the weekend, I know. So keep in mind, guys, Saturday, remember, we've got our coffee talk on Saturday. I'm just trying to pet you. Oh my God, you lunatic. Coffee talk on Saturday, so remember, for the paid monthly subscribers, so super fans on TikTok, members on YouTube, Substack, and Discord monthly subscribers, Ko-fi as well. So anybody who's a monthly subscriber, join us at 11 a.m. Eastern time, Saturday morning. So anyway, yep, California is going to have a new governor. They have term limited, right? Kid has his prom tomorrow. Oh, that's cute. It's already April. Yeah, I guess that's true. And graduations for a number of kids coming up too. Very nice. You may, that's okay. That's okay. We'll miss you. All right, guys. I'm going to yawn again. I'm sorry. Oh, before I go, you know what I started watching, and they canceled it, was Chaos. It was really strange and good. It was very good. The Netflix TV show about like the Greek gods, and it was really with Jeff Goldblum as Zeus. It was fascinating. The actors were really good. Really bummed me out that they canceled it after one season. It was really cool, but apparently too expensive. So anyway, kind of a bummer because I enjoyed it. It's worth watching one season, but then literally it leaves you hanging because there ain't no second season. You know, it was really good though. Yeah, bummed me out. A strange concept, just a very interesting concept. You know. So anyway, what do you do? I hear you, dog. It was so good. Oh yeah, it was one season, 2004, and that was it. So anyway, I know. Well, I understand why they do it, right? If they're not making enough money or not enough viewership and all of that, right? Like I get it, but at the same time, still, it's like, come on, you know. Anyway, I like when AI chatting about retirement dreams and living abroad. Share your dream country. Oh, the AI on TikTok is trying to like engage people. It asks you share your dream country, people. Wait, are you seeing that? I assume you guys are seeing that on your side, the AI summary on TikTok. That's very funny. Share your dream country. Well, okay then. You don't see, oh really? Oh, I thought why is it giving me the summary? Get out of here. Oh, that's weird. What is that even? I always thought it was a summary. Let me see here. No, it's not. It's not actually. Yeah, and it doesn't let me pin it either. Oh, that's the funniest. It literally says, chatting about retirement dreams and living abroad. Share your dream country. The only thing is, why is it giving me a summary of what I'm talking about? Oh, yes, meteorologist Rob Jones. Kalispera says. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I know I am suffering from sleep deprivation, but in large part because my dog doesn't let me sleep long enough. She wakes me up every morning early, and then it's like 7:30, which is before I get up, and it's close enough that I'm like, So, I don't want to pick her up. She gets pissed when I pick her up. I mean, I could try. Can I pick you up or you're going to lose it? Oh, I'm not going to kill you. Will you? Oh my God, come here. Hey, she's hiding under the tripod again. Oh my God. She hates being picked up. I mean, absolutely, positively. She's on the move again. Oh, you're on the move again? Now you're on the move again. She went and she ran under the tripod. Sasha says no. Yes. I do try. Okay, can I please just have you say hi 1 second? Okay. 1 second here, okay? There you go. All right? There you go. I know. We're panting today. Not totally happy. There you go. Okay. Okay. Say hi to everybody, all right? But when she's panting, she's not happy. I think she may be warm too. All right? Okay. 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 They're just me. Oh, God. Goofball? Yeah, so that's the girl. She's a cutie, but she's like a bitchy old lady now, basically. But, but she's still cute. She's cute because when she sleeps, she like on the couch, she saddles up next to me, which is cute. And in bed, she sleeps next to me, which is cute. Otherwise, the rest of the day, she has to be near me, but she's kind of bitchy like that, where she doesn't want me picking her up, doesn't want me petting her, but she has to be near me. So like I have beds all over the house. If I go to the bathroom, she comes in there. If I come here to work, she has a bed under the desk. So in her own little way, she loves me. It's just her very difficult, complicated way. So I know Sasha merch, no kidding. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to get going. Thank you for joining. Discord, Discord. Sorry, Discord, start with you guys. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, mods, Amanda and Ash. There we go. That's one down. Now YouTube et al. By YouTube